So hello guys, welcome back. In this video we are going to discuss the rest of all the errors. The video may be long, but in this we'll clear all the errors except the OS errors, which is the output OS error, which is the operating system error. So we'll discuss that in a completely different video. I'm talking about this one, OS error. This one. I'm talking about this one, the OS error. This we'll discuss in completely in different video, but in this video we are going to discuss about the import error, we'll discuss about the syntax error, and we'll discuss about the value error. Alright, I've given the descriptions out here. I'll post this in comment section below, but the reason is a lot that this may vary. Okay, so it's better if you see the video. So we have left on the VS code, so we'll go with the VS code again. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a new file. Now we're gonna save this as error exceptions.py. Don't judge me the name. Okay, so here we are. Now what we are gonna do is we will handle the errors, which is the first error is the import error, second is the syntax error, and third is the value error. So in the meanwhile I'll deal with the syntax error first, because that's an easiest one. Then I'll deal with the value error, and then I will deal with the import error. Now don't worry, import error is not a so very big deal, it's also easy one. So let's get started with this. So first we'll deal with the syntax error. So syntax error is basically what, like if you are doing division, you are doing multiplication, you are doing brackets, you are doing different kind of arithmetic operations, that's completely okay. But when you divide and multiply at the same time, when you subtract, minus at the same time, when you divide, add at the same time, there are many such options, there are many such irrelevant options where you can commit mistakes, and that is basically come under the error, that basically gets counted under the error section of Python. Okay, now let's see how we'll handle that. Let us suppose we have declared a number n whose value is 10. Alright, then what we want to do is we want to do addition with this. N plus 8 minus 8 plus 98 plus 87, double divided by 4, this is also okay. Then triple divided by 3, then double plus by 8. Now when we will print this, okay, when we will print the n value, then let's see what we'll expect, what we can get. So we'll n is there. Okay, so you can see here this is a syntax error. Now we have not to enter the value because we have already declared the value. We will enter the value from the user as well into input, and now it will take the value from the user. Go ahead and run this. Okay, so invalid syntax. So you can see that before entering the value, it has already shown that my syntax which is there is completely invalid. So basically let's see how we can handle this thing. Now you can see that this is the 4 line of code, which is definitely not looking good. I am not repeating the same statement, a single statement. I can say that this program is crashed if you commit error. So you can see here that the program is already crashed out here. So we deal with the errors just to prevent this thing. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll remove this control X. We'll put this under the try block. Okay, so we have put this in under the try block, and we will write except. And now since this we are doing a syntax error, so we'll write the syntax error as error, and we'll print out the error keyword itself. Yeah, this is not a normal printing, this is the keyword. So we'll go ahead and run this. We'll clear the screen of this one. We'll go ahead and run this one. So yeah, you can see here it is already writing the invalid syntax or the syntax error. So basically what you get to see here, that the syntax error does not wait for the input or does not wait for the output to yield, but if the compiler or interpreter checks that there is the syntax error in the program, It does not ask for input, it does not ask for output, it doesn't even bother to execute the program. It directly gives you the syntax error. So it's better that if you commit the, if there is a high chance of committing the syntax error, then you should go with try except. Now, as I've already mentioned in the previous videos of mine, that try except is only used for a single statement of code to be executed, because if you post more than 2 lines of code like this one, d equals to this one plus this one plus this one, then it will not work, because I think, see, it will, now I've written, see, this is completely a trash which I've written, but if I try to run this one, it will all still run, because the interpreter does not bother about this line, but it bother about this line, to execute. It hardly cares about this line. Alright, so yeah, so what I mean to say that if you are using the try except, then only a single line of code will be executed, and that line of code will be the very first line which you are writing in the IDE, alright, in the text editor. So get that thing in your head. So moving on to this was the syntax error. Now let's see what is the next error which we have to do. I'll comment this one. Now let's see what is the next error which I can use. Syntax error is basically done. We'll go with the value error. Function is called on value of correct type with an appropriate value. Now I'll show you this. See, I have given the example as well here. Now this is the very simple one again. So we'll write the value error. Okay, so let's suppose we have taken n equals to input from the user, and we have to add it. Let us I have already shown that, so many of you have already got the idea, but still my work is to show. That's not my work, that's just a hobby kind of thing. So this is, yeah, so this is 7 plus 4, and this is except. Then this is value error as ERR, and we'll go ahead and print ERR. Okay, now we'll run this one. So we'll enter the value, let that be 54. So okay, this was the type error. I'm sorry for this one. The value error is then, it is like value error, right? Okay, I got to see the value error. Basically, see, this is n, which is the integer value. So when you put the value as, okay, run this one again, let's run this one again. So this is 5.0. when you enter, then it will give value error. It simply means that if you are using a float or a string value with an integer, or let us suppose if you are using a different data type value with a different data type variable. Let us suppose if you are using the integer value with a float variable, so that is okay, but if you are using the float value with an integer variable, then the program is most likely to give a value error. So this is what the value error is. Now moving on to the third error, which is the import error. Value error is basically done. Moving on to the third error, import error. Now this is the not a very big error, neither a very small error. It is a quite simple error. This error occurs when you don't let me show you how this error occurs. So this is import error. Alright, so yeah, so let us suppose we have a value n equals to 4. By default we have taken, you can take the input from the user as well, and we are going to print its square root, print sqrt. See, this will give you it may give you math error, or it may give you a variable error, value error. It may give you different kind of error. This import error is completely dependent on the input type of input which you put. Okay, so let us suppose we have to find the square root of n, which is 4. Okay, and we will give it the except block, and we'll write the import error as err4, let us suppose, and then print it out err4. So let's see what happens there. Alright, when you will execute this, So we'll enter the this one. So yeah, so see, I've already told you this is completely independent and illogical of the thing. You can see because SQRT is not defined, so it is giving name error. This import error is completely dependent on user for its particular error decision or something like relative to error decisions, making error decisions. So this was all in the video. I hope you like the video. In the last error which is left out is the OSError, and that's also a simple error, but yeah, that's it is a bit conceptual, so I'll go with that in a particular single video. So thank you for watching the video.